Uh, Welcome to the new session for the logical programming. Today we'll learn how to create this pattern. This pattern is again more complex than the one which we have seen in previous session. So we'll try to first create a grid to understand this entire pattern. So I'll just go to uh, Google Jamboard and create a grid first. So this is logical session 3. Now this is a bit complex, so I'll just first create a grid. So I'll just create a grid and I'll take 5 rows for time being because it becomes easy for me to explain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll create a few columns. There will be many columns because it's a pyramid. So I just extend. So here I'll say I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here j is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, uh, the structure is somewhere like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5, and so on. So it's like a pyramid triangle. So if you see, when I is 1, so let's understand the pattern and create a relation. So when I is 1, we create a number at j equal to 6. So we have to try to start. Right now we cannot understand the relationship, but then we'll start seeing. When I is equal to 2, we try to create j at 5 and 7. Similarly, when I is 3, we try to print at 4, 6, and 8. So now we are trying to find the relationship. So if you see here, we create blank 5 times, which is a number of row. Then a blank get reduced gradually by 1, 1, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, and 1 time. So there's a relationship, you know. So when I is 1, we create blank how many times? 5 times. When I is 2, we create blank 4 times. When I is 3, we create blank 3 times. Now after we create 5 blank, we create 1 time 1. We print 1 time. So when I is 1 time, and we create after 4 blanks, we want to create 2 times, 3 times. So we see relationship between I and number of times the number gets printed 2, 3. So we say, and then post this we say, and I times number right? So when I is 1, we print 5 times blank and 1 time number. When I is 2, we create blank 4 times and 2 times number. When I is 3, we create 3 times blank and 3 times number. But numbers again have alternate. So it's basically I time numbers with alternate space. So basically, when you create 2, you have to alternately create space and then create 2. So basically, if you're traversing 7 till 7. When you're printing 3, you're traversing till 8. So you're basically your number of time you're traversing, there's a relationship, right? So 1 is number of rows. So J will traverse how many times? So number of rows. So number of rows is say 5. So your J will say 5 fixed plus 1 time plus 2 times plus 3 times. So plus I times your J will go. So when I is 1, J will traverse till 7. When I is 2, J will traverse till 7. When I is 3, J will traverse till 8. So this is how we have created a for loop relationship. So I will go from, so let's see. Let's create a for loop on top. So you can say number of rows is 5. So I will go I will go 1, number of rows time. Now to make your code more clear, so this is, now we have to create J time. So what we can do, we can create one variable called number of blanks, and we'll create this type of relationship, k by I minus number of row minus I minus 1. So 5 minus I minus 1 is 0. So 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 2 minus 1 is, oh sorry, 5 minus 2 minus 1 is 4. So let's create this number relationship. So I'll say number of blank is equal to number of rows minus I minus 1. So when I is 1, number of rows, number of blank will be 5. When I is 2, number of blank will be 4. We have 2 minus 1. When I is 3, number of rows will be 5 minus 2 minus 1. 3 minus 1. So 3. So this is how we got number of blank. Now let's do the equation for J. So J have to traverse bit more time, right? So I'll say for J equal to 1, J less than equal to, so number of rows is fixed, plus I time let's see the relationship before we comment anything. So I time, number of rows plus 1, 6, number of rows plus 2, right? So plus I time. So this is how J will traverse. Now we have some condition. If J is less than equal to number of blank, we'll print blank space. Else, now once your blank space is over, we have to start creating alternative number plus blank, right? So I'll create one constant called k equal to 0. So here I'll do mod. If k mod of 2 is equal to 0. That means after blank I will print I, else I'll print space plus I'll do k plus plus in this. So when again it will become alternative. K is 1, it'll go print space. Then again it will come if it's running, so again it will print number again. So this is how it will become. So once the blanks are printed, it will print number and space. But it will be cool. So when you got number, then k is 0. Here k is 1, so it will print. Then k is 2 mod, and this is how, right? Number, space, number, space, number, space. And this is how it will run the code. Now obviously this code we'll see. So I've already written a code in the compiler. This compiler has a bit issues because it doesn't print space properly. That's the reason instead of space I have printed star so that the pyramid structure becomes proper. As per the logic, it's perfect. Sometimes space here and there is there because of the compiler. If I run this again, it will show me some different output. So number of rows is 5. Okay. Then so here I come, I say number of rows. Then I create a number of blank, which is a number of rows minus I minus 1. So I got the blank relationship 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I traverse J, number of rows plus I. So how many times I have to traverse? 6, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is how it creates J. So till the blank, we will create, so I'm printing star because of the editor. So it's creating a space. And when it comes to the non-space, I start alternating the number with the blank. So 1, then it goes out. So k gets incremented. And when a new row starts, the k is again initialized to 0. So here k is 0, k is 1, k is 2, k is 0, k is 1, k is 2, k is 3, k is 4. And this is how it will start printing the logic. So this is how we create this complex pattern. Now here you have understood, right? There are multiple rows, then there's a relationship, then there's an alternate if-else condition. So we have used 2 for loops as it's a 2-dimensional grid, but we started creating a complex relationship and started creating a output. Now on a basis of same, you should try few more. So this is one more pattern, same pattern, but instead of printing only same number, you have to start with 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to create one more variable. Instead of printing I, you will be initializing one variable, and that will be getting incremented every time that if condition gets executed to print the number. So this is how instead of printing I, you will have one more variable called X, and you will be printing X here, and you are incrementing the X. So similar, you have 1, 2, 3. Again, you have a number of rows, and then you start decrementing. I hope you remember that last time when we have done some exercise. So you're printing, so it becomes bit more complex. So you can try this also. Then this is a reverse one-sided triangle, which is pretty simple. Now after going through so many sessions, you should do it this. This is interesting. You have one triangle and then opposite. So the logic is still the same, but instead of printing alternate numbers, you start printing space till you get the last number. And then you reverse the logic to print the. So this is again interesting. This is a simple 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the reverse mirror. Then you have 7, 6, 5, 4. The way we have done stars, you're decrementing the value of row. Then you have this triangle structure where you start printing and then you do a reverse printing, which we have done already in exercise before with star. So try out these all examples one by one and try to get more into this programming. Next session we'll start with some bit more complex problem so that we get more used to the programming skill set. Thank you everyone.